Hey guys, welcome to our channel Logic to Code. So in this video I'll be explaining about how to solve a reverse linked list. So particularly I'll be solving this question from LeetCode. So in this question you are given a linked list. So let's say this is the input linked list and you need to return this linked list as the reverse of the input. So in this input linked list 1 is head and in the output linked list 5 is the head node, right? So I'll be solving this question iteratively. So the input is this here, the output is this, right? So now I want you to think through like how you could reverse this linked list iteratively, but let me guide you in a step-by-step manner. So let us think that you only have one extra variable and you want to reverse this particular linked list, right? So you are given one extra variable and you are told to reverse this linked list using only one extra variable, right? So let's think that you by some way you already have the reverse of from here to here, and this is the only forward linked list and you are currently here at node 3 and you just have only one extra variable and the name of that extra variable is next. So in the next I am storing the next of 3, right? So this next and this next is different. So this next is the variable created by me and this next is the next field of this particular list node. So this is here, right? So don't confuse with that. So why I'm storing the next field of 3? Because I need to go ahead in the linked list. So I don't want to break this link. So I'm already storing whatever is ahead of 3. So I want to store that in my next variable, right? So I'm storing next. I'm storing 3 next of 3 in the next variable, right? So now let me ask you a question. So do you know where you are currently? So what I mean is that do you know at which particular node you are currently standing? So the answer is no. So why? So you only storing the what is present next to 3, right? But you are not knowing that where you are. So in which variable you are storing that where you are standing, right? So this information is not here. So now let me give you a flexibility of using one more extra variable. So let's say you have two extra variable now. So the same linked list, let's say this is already reversed and now as I've given you extra variable, so what you can do is, let's say the extra variable that I have given you is current, right? So you can store that where you are where you are currently standing at. So let's say you are currently standing at 3, so you store in current equals to 3 and this is the same variable previously that I have given you. So you don't want to lose the information from ahead of 3, so you are storing 3 next of 3 in the next variable that was given by me, right? So now I'm again asking you a question. So do you have information just before the node you are currently at? Yes, the answer is no here, right? So because you want to link this 3 to 2, right? But you are not storing that information. So now I am giving you one more extra variable. So now you total have 3 variable, right? So the same scenario. So now these two variables are like the same previous variable that I have given to you. So then next I am storing the next of 3, like what is present ahead of 3. So 3 next of 3 and the current is basically where you are standing, so that is 3. Now this is the variable that I have given to you. So this variable you can use for like to store just before the node you are currently standing at, right? You are currently standing at 3, so you can just store 2 in this previous variable, right? So now I don't think you need anything extra, right? You have all the sufficient information to move ahead of the linked list and whatever the necessary information that you want you have with, right? So let's say having all the requirements, Now I want to reverse this linked list. So just knowing these three variables, let me do it again, right? So this is the input linked list, and let's say at the beginning the current position of my will be what, at the first like head of the linked list, which is 1, right? So what is my previous? So nothing, right? Null. Next, so I'm just, this is the variable next, the same variable that I've explained above. So the next is nothing, right, currently. So as I've told you the function of the next variable, current variable and previous variable. So let's say when you are standing at 1, what you want to store in the next variable? Surely you don't want to lose the information ahead of 1. So first thing that came to your mind is that just store this in the next variable that is given by me, right? So you just store current next, the current is here, right, 1, like, so you will store next of 1 in current, right, next of 1 in next. So this is the variable, and current next is the same like here that I have explained, right? This next is current next. So whenever I am writing something arrow next, which means that the field of that, right? So next, current next, so I am storing current next of current in next variable, right? So because I don't want to lose the information ahead of mine, right? Now in the current next, so as I have already stored this information, so now in the current next, so the place where you are standing is previous. So why I'm doing this, it's basically reversing the link. Like you already have this information, now you want to link like this. So in the actual output we have to link like this in the previous, right? So this link is in the forward direction, this is in the backward direction. So that's what I am doing here. So the current next is previous, which means, so in one next I am keeping previous, which is null, right? So basically I am making this link. So one next null, which means I am building this link, right? Now the previous variable, so as I have made this link, so I am moving my previous to one step ahead. So the previous would be what, current. So earlier previous was null, now previous is 1. So that's what I have written here. So by executing this statement, the next will point to 2, the current next will be null, and the previous will be 1, right? Now in the second pass, the current will go ahead, like move current forward one step. So earlier current was pointing to 1, now current will point to 2, right? And by executing this step, our linked list will look like this, right? So, and in the next variable we have 2, in the current variable you have what? So current is next, so the current is pointing to 2, right? And the previous is pointing to 1, right? So now in the next variable, what I am keeping? So in the next variable I am keeping current next of current, right? So the current is currently at 2, so I'll keep 3 in the next, right? So what is the next of current? So next of current is what? 3. So I am putting 3 in the next, right? Now the same thing, current next, so this is I am making the previous link, like current next equals to previous, right? So current next, so which is current is 2, so I am putting 2 next is equals to 1, right? So basically I am 2 next equals to 1, which means I am building this link, right? And then previous equals to current, so I am moving my previous ahead. So earlier what, previous was what, 1, now previous is 2. So I think you understood like how this thing is moving ahead, and at the end of this final iteration, final pass, the linked list will look like what, 2, and then it will go ahead like this, 3, and then it would 4, and this would become 5, like, right? And as you can see that at the end of this for loop, the current will become what? Current will become null, and previous will become what? The last node, right, which is 5. So that's it. So our linked list become like this, this. So that's what is given in the question. So you want to make linked list like this, but you need return 5 as head, right? So as I know that 5 is stored in the previous, so I'll just return this value and tell them that, oh, this is the head of your reverse linked list, right? So that's what exactly I am written the code. So this is current head, previous null, and next, right? And this is my pass, so I am going till my current is not equals to null. So at the end current will become null. So in the first step I am keeping current next so that I cannot lose the information what is ahead of me, and this is for previous link. And now I am moving my previous to one step ahead and current to one step ahead. So that's it, and at the end I am returning my previous, which is basically the head of the modified linked list. So I hope you understood the logic and the code as well. So that's it for this video, and if you like our content, make sure to subscribe this channel and don't forget to like this video. Thank you, have a nice day.